I believe is a misconception that you can't teach sales, that either you have it or you don't.
Welcome to the Sales Transformation Podcast, live out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, with your host, Victor AROCHO. If you haven't yet, please follow me on Twitter at varocho.com or varocho. Also on YouTube, you can go to Victor AROCHO, or you can head over to victorarocho.com. That's VICTORAROCHO.com.
How do you think companies, because this is big and I'm doing a major research on this, spend so little money on investing in their sales leadership and management?
Yeah.
Right? Whether spending money on the entrepreneur who's acting as a sales leader or sales manager, or the entrepreneur who has a sales leader and manager, but are not investing in, if you think about it, if you invest in a sales manager, that sales manager has 5 to 10 or 12 people reporting to them. So it's exponential, the return you're getting. It's not a one-to-one. They're managing a group of people. So what is your thought process? Why are they spending money on training these frontline sales managers?
Yeah. So it's a great question. And I think it probably goes down for a lot. There's probably a few reasons, but I think one of the big reasons is what I believe is a misconception that you can't teach sales, that either you have it or you don't. That there's these natural born salespeople and they're just going to perform. And then there's the people who are just not sales people and they're never going to perform. And for me, this can't be further from the truth. And I think I'm a prime example of that. So I'm a natural introvert. And I'm a natural introvert.
Yes.
And so when I first started in sales, I would either on a phone call or if I was in a meeting be so nervous that you could sometimes not even understand the words that were coming out of my mouth. Like, what's going on? Because I was in a position that I felt like it was not my natural way of being, because I had this conception of what you had to do in sales. And that conception was from movies and things like that, and was not based upon any training I got. So the smartest thing I did was I started reading a lot of books about sales, and I hired a coach to start building and growing myself as a sales professional. And one of the things that I learned is that sales isn't about sitting there and talking to someone and pitching them and just speaking, like a natural extrovert, might do. And then there's also obviously lots of ways that an extrovert, but the way I thought you should do sales. But it's the discovery process and asking questions and learning about that prospect and learning about their needs and learning about the issues they have and learning about their company. And as a natural introvert, I'm down for that. I love that. I love asking questions. I love learning about people. I love listening, and I'm an amazing listener. And I'd hear things, and I'd hear what their issues were, and I'd hear about their pain, and I also love solving problems. And so I'd think through, and my sales process became this voyage of discovery, which allowed me to sell. And I talk to people about this a lot. You got to sell within your own skin, right? You can't be someone you're not. But you got to sell within your own skin and understand what that process is that works for you. And I believe that by investing in yourself, or a company investing in sales training, and it is the most amazing investment, because you can take people like myself, who was falling flat on my face, and now I run one of the most successful sales outsourcing companies in the country just because of that investment I made in myself and training. And so you can take those people who are maybe an untapped gem, who you might think are never going to be able to learn sales, and make them a top producer. But you also can take those A players that you think just have it, and you can take them to the next level. And you can help retain them, because a lot of people like to grow. They like to continue to learn. And I found that the best salespeople, there's some salespeople that think they know it all, but there are a lot of salespeople, and I believe the best salespeople, who just want to grow every day and learn and put on tapes and read about sales and be coached. And if you give them that opportunity at your organization, you're more likely to keep those A players, and you're going to take them to the next level. And so I think, Victor, there's a few reasons, but that's one big one, is that conception that sales can't be taught. And from my personal experience, there's nothing further from the truth.
What's funny is you made a lot of great statements, one, and I did the same thing. And now I'm a natural extrovert, right? And but statistically, the best salespeople are introverts, right? Because they don't show up and throw up, or they're not trying to go through, let me build a relationship. And, you want to build a relationship, but you build a relationship by solving someone's problem. They're going to love you. But if you're going to, keep whining and dining, and that happens in really large sales, but in other sales, they to me, another hollow statement is it's all about relationship. It's about relationship for networking. It's about relationship for referrals. It's about relationships for like me referring companies to you. That's different, right? But it's about problem solving. And then the other thing is, you mentioned sales training for salespeople, which I agree, but more money spent, and this is where I want to just make sure from my perspective and my experience, the point is that more money is spent on training salespeople than sales managers.
Yeah.
Well, then you get a top salesperson who's promoted to a sales manager and does not know how to manage the salespeople.
Yeah.
You understand? So my frustration goes back to training the sales leader, the sales manager who has salespeople under them, and investing also in those salespeople, but you're going to get an exponential effect training a sales manager, right? And to some degree, some of these entrepreneurs that want to grow, they need sales leadership and management training, because there's leadership, right? And there's management, but then sales leadership and sales management, there are some parallels, but there are a lot of distinctive differences.
Right.
And what kills me
100%.
is that there's not a lot of colleges that teach sales, right? I mean, you have an MBA, right?
I do. Yeah. I didn't get one sales class.
And from one of the best, business schools in the country.
Right.
How many of my friends tell me the same thing, that I got MBAs? He goes, Vic, you get an MBA to be able to run a company. So they teach you zero about sales. Now, things have changed, but, me being 54 a long time ago, most CEOs came through the ranks of sales. Now
100%.
they're technical or it's financial or so forth, but, the rest of them came through sales, right? So I think that's valid. Investing in yourself, investing in your team. I think it shouldn't be only invested. The investment shouldn't only come from the business or the company. The person's got to want to have their own investment, right? And put that investment in themselves. So it should be a combination. You invest in yourself, and your company should be investing in you. Our sales roads, a business-to-business appointment setting, lead generation, and sales outsourcing company.
If you haven't yet, please follow me on Twitter at VArocho.com or VArocho. Also on YouTube, you can go to Victor Arocho, or you can head over to VictorArocho.com. That's VictorArocho.com. Everybody have a great selling week. And remember, transformation trumps motivation.